Hey guys, it's Jake with R Value Homes, your ICF home builder, net zero home builder in West Michigan. And right now we are shoring up an Insul Deck. This is a product that allows you to have a room under a garage or something similar to that. So I'll turn around and show you what I'm doing here in a minute. This is a 25-foot span. Outside of walls 26. So they look at center walls, 25-foot span, and we're gonna have 3 rows of shoring under it. Got the laser set up on the wall over there, and I'm using that to set my height of this middle run, and I'll do that for every single run. Insul Deck wants the bracing to be no more than 6 feet apart, so that's exactly what we're doing here is 3 rows 6 feet apart. And we are putting a slope on this, so maybe you can see where the laser line ends up over in that corner and coming across to this corner. So there's about a 3-inch slope from back to front there, so we can get water out of the garage. And we'll be putting this draft bracing. I called tech support yesterday, and they said each shore can hold 2,000 pounds. So we're gonna be spacing them at 2 foot, which will put about 1,500 pounds on each one. And then on the ground, we've just got a 2x10 Tapcon down, and we will be screwing them down to that 2x10. I used to brace the edges a little differently. I would simply run the steel joist in here long to sit on the concrete wall. But the Insul Deck engineers told me we don't like doing that because that creates a plane, a 2-inch jump. I'll show you that on the top side in a future video. But it creates a little 2-inch jump and a plane of weakness. So now we have to put this ledger board down 2 inches so that the bottom of the concrete beam lines up exactly with the top of the ICF wall. And to brace that up, we're just putting some 2x, that's what we had. Every 2 foot ran out, so we got to get a bunch more 10-foot 2x4s, and we'll put it all the way around here to hold up that perimeter. It'll be a nice garage and a nice workshop down here. Can't wait. Isn't that pretty? All those braces in a straight row. All right, so we did all right today. We got all the deck in place and it's shored underneath. Tomorrow we will begin to put the edge forms up here, which is just going to be an ICF block ripped so that the other is just one-sided. And we will end up screwing through a 2x4 through the block and into these steel studs. And that is what is going to support the block during the pour from blowing out. As you can see, Insul Deck has these cores where one can run plumbing and electrical in very easily. So that's a handy feature of the Insul Deck. First experience here with Insul Deck seems so far really comparable to what I've done before, the light deck, and I'm looking forward to the pour. All right, here is our Insul Deck pour. We are still not all the way set up, but we've done quite a bit. We've got the perimeter forms up, which is just a block with the ties cut out, and you can see we've got it screwed through right there. Screwed through this whaler board, top and bottom ones, into the steel studs to straighten the wall. It is not perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Curious to see how much, if any, it's going to push out, but we're currently leaned in. I don't know if you can tell that. We're leaned in about a 1/4 inch for most of the way. We've also put our bottom rebar in and wire mesh, stirrups, top rebar. We're not quite finished with that, but that is mostly done. So everything underneath is complete. It's got some final details of rebar to do on top. Let me show you this perimeter form from the outside. All right, there it is. 2 rows of 2x4s. That's our whaler board, and then we've used a 5-inch long Fasten Master headlock screw. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a little. Yeah, not really. To screw through into the steel stud. And yes, we did have to pre-drill them all, which was not as bad as I was imagining it would be. So the interesting thing about stirrups is that they are shear reinforcement, and what that means is a concrete beam under a load wants to crack right down the middle horizontally of the beam, and the stirrups resist that cracking. Now, Insul Deck calls for them only on the outer thirds of the span. So the center of the span does not experience that kind of stress. It's just the outer thirds that have that shear stress, and that's what this lintel rebar counteracts.